You are now tuned in with the greatest of the greatest, the best of the absolute best, and that is myself. I want you all to take a moment to put yourself in someone else's shoes. I want you to imagine being told that you're getting to make one of the biggest film events ever. I want you to imagine being able to not only cast actors and actresses like Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, Jay Hernandez, Joel Kinnaman, but Jared Leto for your movie. I want you to imagine putting in a lot of effort, time, blood, sweat, tears, passion, and not only having the task of directing, but also having the very tedious task of writing. I want you to imagine having an idea, a serious, grounded, and well thought out idea for bringing these iconic DC characters to life. Just sit there and imagine having this bold idea, all these scenes for a character like Joker, who's being played by an Academy Award winner in Jared Leto, a very capable and very talented actor in his own right. Just to be told that those things need to be changed. This needs to be changed. Add humor there. Bring it down a bit. Oh, we don't need this. The audience needs this because this company does this and audiences love it. Even though that company makes movies for kids. Do this instead. Take out the guns and bring in ball jokes. You know, we know that WB has not had the best track record when it comes to directors. And for those listening, a great deal of us are fighting passionately, bravely, and on a united front for the Snyder Cut, which will see the light of day, which we will see. But I want you all to also take time to think about director David Ayer. David Ayer is not only a very talented director, he's a very talented writer. If you don't believe me, watch Training Day, starring the legendary Denzel Washington and the great actor Ethan Hawke. Myself, I rather enjoy Suicide Squad in spite of the flaws. I probably enjoyed it more than I should have. But in light of so many of you, again, bravely and passionately letting your voice be heard around the world for the Snyder Cut, again, do not forget director David Ayer in these times. Do not forget that he had a different idea and an altogether different movie than what we saw in the theatrical cut. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's easy to critique a film. It's very easy to say, well, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, I hated this. This made no sense. This was stupid. These songs were dumb. This didn't fit the character. I don't know why they had him this way when in my mind he should have been this way. It's so easy as a moviegoer and as a person online to say these things, type these things, and yell these things, as I've done in the past myself. I'll be the first to admit. But we must also not forget a director by the name of Josh Trank, a director by the name of Simon Kinberg, and finally, again, a director by the name of Zack Snyder. Blood, sweat, and tears and integrity all tie in together. Usually, for most people. WB not only squandered the vision of a DC EU that was set to spawn not just multiple films, but also spawn multiple epic storylines. WB disrespected us, the fans. Disrespected the moviegoers that were ready for these stories and movies to unfold and play out on the big screen. And they know what they have to do. Karma is definitely real. And all these things you hear happening around, in and around WB, you know, whether it's financially their movies not doing as good as they done in the past, or as good as some of their movies have done in times past. Think about what all has been brought to light in light of the Snyder Cut. You know, what really went on behind the scenes, what really went on with Justice League, what really went on with Suicide Squad. Karma is definitely real, and WB is feeling it. To put it bluntly, they're feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Karma is a definite real thing. And I ain't saying that to scare anybody. It's just, you know, it's just the reality. But back to David Ayer, man. Yeah. Had a very different vision for Suicide Squad. WB panicked once again, as most of us are aware, but most casual moviegoers, I feel, aren't aware. And that also is a big problem with not just moviegoers, but critics, fans, and fanboys, and etc., etc. Because we're so quick to, you know, tear a movie to shreds, but we don't really look and see what really went on behind the scenes. Not all of us, you know. Happened with Dark Phoenix. We learned Dark Phoenix was a completely different movie, has a completely different cut, is a lot longer, more cohesive. A lot of finger pointing, a lot of Disney did this, a lot of, oh, because this movie came out, Dark Phoenix had to be changed. That's another video. WB's incompetence, shout out to Fran, my good brother. WB's impatience, trying to be something they're not, and WB's blatant disrespect has brought all this about. You know? And to this day, I still wonder what Suicide Squad, the David Ayer version, or the Ayer cut, I still wonder to this day what it was really like, what he really intended for the audiences. You know what I'm saying? You know. I mean, I can only imagine the chill bumps and the excitement David had at being able, when he found out that Jared Leto, Will Smith, initially Tom Hardy, though The Revenant caused him to be recast with Joel Kinnaman, Margot Robbie, Viola Davis. I can only imagine the excitement he had taking on this project and the idea that he had for this project. You know, we do know there was a lot more Joker scenes in the movie confirmed by David himself and the man himself, Jared Leto. And we're so quick to critique Jared Leto's Joker, but we don't, all of us don't look at the fact that a lot of his scenes were cut in favor of a lot of the jiggity funkity boppity funk reshoots. So once this is all settled, the Snyder Cut is released. Hopefully the Ayer cut along with it. I hope WB continues to keep their promise and stand by their word. Todd Phillips, shout out to him, proved that there is not only an audience for superhero / comic book films, but there is an audience for R-rated, gritty, grounded, serious movies that come with vegetables, not sweets, clowns, and jokes. And WB, I hope they make it right with not only Zack Snyder. I sincerely hope that they will too make it right with David Ayer. And not let Suicide Squad, the movie, be as it is. Even though it was a success and even though the mass audience generally enjoyed it, including myself, in spite of the flaws. But we definitely would love to see David Ayer's original vision for the movie as well. Now I know everybody would love to see more of Jared's Joker, or see him play out as David originally intended. You know. But I'm not going to keep you all long. That's all I wanted to say for this video. Much love to you all. Keep hashtagging release the Snyder Cut, making WB aware on social media. J. Oliva, you're the man, as always. Stay woke. Like, share, and comment, and subscribe. Because I'm just getting started. And God bless. Peace.